What's up, everybody? Taylor Riley here, representing Unity Zoom Yoga, here with Jeremy Morris, one of our newer, not new, but one of our newer members. He's been taking yoga with us for quite a while now, right?
Since August. So not really that long. Kind of new.
Okay,
Kind of new.
long enough.
Summer.
He's student of the month this month. Yeah, guys, definitely dedicated to his practice. So
thanks for that.
Glad to have him on board. And he's joining us today to tell us a little bit about his experience with Unity Zoom Yoga and yoga in general.
Yes.
Awesome. So tell me, how did you get into yoga?
So I started at, and I gotta give a little shout out for our local Charlotte population get into yoga, because there's a lot more happening, and it was doing some yoga at breweries, and that's how it started. And so I kind of got started doing that, and it was a good class, and I did enjoy it, and I highly recommend if that might be something for you to try that out. But then our COVID happened, and it shut down, and so during that process was talking with some friends just about the fact that I wasn't able to do yoga anymore, and that I was getting some benefit from it, and I wanted to get into a practice. And one of the other members here, Jess, actually said, well, hey, why don't you come to, we're doing it virtually right now, why don't you come to a class and see what you think about it? And I did, and honestly, the first class I was comparing it to what I experienced before, and I was like, man, this is a lot different. This is something's weird about this. But then I came back the second time because ultimately it felt good, right? I left the class. I felt good. My body felt better. It was just different. So I came back for the second round, and then the third time, and the fourth time, and the fifth time, and the more that I've come, the more I've learned about yoga in general, about how it works with our bodies and how it works with our minds, and I really enjoyed it. So really that's how I got started.
Mm-hmm.
Was I guess refer a friend.
Nice.
But I don't want to say it just has to be refer a friend, because really you guys have made it really open so anybody can get into it, and it's really, you don't have to come to the studio, you don't have to be conform to the mental image of it, and it can be very much on your own pace, but to help there with to help get you, to cue you to do things that you may not know or may not understand.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's been for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, I think any way you get involved in yoga, whether it's at a brewery or with a friend or on your own, is great, man. Just dive in and give it a shot. And, yeah. What else have you been experiencing? You mentioned a few things that you felt good after practice.
Right.
What are some
So you kind of hit on why I got started in yoga to begin with, so it's twofold for me. I had an injury when I was back in the service. I got in a motorcycle accident, so I've had a lot of mobility issues with my right leg. And I was younger when that happened, and so I was able to compensate. But as I've kind of gotten older, those compensations haven't been able to happen anymore. So my back started to hurt, and so I was going to physical therapy, and the physical therapist suggested, well, maybe you should try yoga, just kind of offhandedly. And that kind of started the whole big ball rolling, was like, well, maybe there's something else out there. So I'm going to physical therapy, and I'm really looking at this one specific problem, because it was mobility with the right leg and lower back pain. And it wasn't great. It wasn't great physical therapy. We were doing what we were supposed to do, but it was still struggling with it. And what I've found here, and what we've talked about and been able to work on, was that it's the full body. So that the problem with my ankle is attached to my knee, is attached to my hip, is attached to my back, is attached to my shoulders. And when we address all those together as a full piece, then we can really start to see some progress. And I've seen considerable more mobility and flexibility and reduced pain just from that injury and from the back pain since I've started really diving into and taking the practice seriously for me. So yeah, it's been the best physical therapy program I've been in.
Awesome,
So,
man. Glad to hear it, for sure. What other type of activities do you do besides yoga? Do you just do yoga or?
No, yoga is my balance point. I like to be active. I ride, so I have a group of guys and we do road rides and try to do it weekly, maybe twice a week if we can. 30 to 40 miles, so a pretty good ride.
Nice.
And then we'll do mountain biking. In the middle of that, we'll go out to the Whitewater Center or do some other trails, and then I'll run on top of that. So try to stay pretty active with those type of activities. So yoga is the balance from that, because when I'm doing that, I'm pretty much going hard. And it's all muscle all the time. You know, we're going to do sprints. We're going to really stress ourselves, and I tend to get knotted up, and I tend to get real tight and really over the top. And then I come to practice, and we'll spend an hour, and I can really tell where I've been overdoing it, and then get that. And like I said, it's the balance. Get that balance out, and I can tell my performance on the bike has a lot to do with when I'm in the class. So I'm looser, my muscles work better, everything works better, you know, when I spend an hour paying attention to what my body needs. So,
Awesome.
I do a few things.
A little mindfulness in there too, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
quite a bit of mindfulness. I forget to slow down. I tend to go hard at whatever I do, and I take that in a lot of areas of my life. And so that was one of the first things that was very interesting about yoga that I wasn't expecting, was that at the end of class we did Shavasana, and like I said, I'm new to yoga, and they said, okay, you're gonna lay here and you're not gonna think. You're gonna be, and you're gonna let your mind relax. We're gonna do this for 5 minutes. And kind of the first time I was like, well, what's going on? Did everybody leave?
You too?
Yeah, I thought my computer broke. And now I look forward to it. I'm like, where's that? I need that minute. I need to go ahead and get centered again. So
awesome.
I like
it.
the same time.
Yeah, I know that Jeremy biked as well, but I wanted to share that with the audience. And I do other activities too. I really find yoga as a complement though. It's great for recovery, mobility, general health and well-being. Definitely good for my mental health too. Yeah. Anything else you'd like to say to the audience?
Yeah. So one thing that comes to mind is that I had a stigma. I really had a stigma about yoga. I should have done this. I should have been in this 15 years ago, back when I hurt myself. And I wish that someone had been there to pick me up and to say, you know what, just come. Come as you are. Just come. Just show up. And it's not that crazy, and you're not going to be able to make every pose, and that's okay. The effort counts. And so if I could say anything to the audience is just come. Show up as you are. These people, the people that are here, they're going to accept you. You're not going to have to do anything crazy, and you'll definitely appreciate it, feel better when you're done.
Right on, yeah. We have virtual classes and in person, so definitely take Jeremy's advice and my advice and just hop in. Reach out if you have any questions. I know the new year's coming. You might have some plans to make some positive changes in your life. I know I do. So reach out. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Signing off. Unity Zoom Yoga.